15.5, we will be talking about the properties of logarithms. I wrote some of the properties here, and I'll leave these up for all of the videos so you have them to refer to. Hopefully I have enough space to write down here. Now sometimes you'll hear people say a logarithm is an exponent, and what you're going to see is a lot of familiarities between the exponent rules and the logarithm rules. And if you look here, this logarithm is log base b of m times n, and then that correlates, multiplication correlates to addition. We can break that apart into two logarithms here. And then if we look here, log base b of m divided by n, division correlates to subtraction. And then here we have log base b of m to the p power. What we can do is bring that p out front here, and it correlates to multiplication. So there are a lot of similarities there. And then a couple other properties here, or rules, we'll talk about a little later. Now the first 5 problems here on number 1 say to evaluate, or what we're going to do is work to finding the answer here. And you could actually punch this into a TI 84 just like that using the math button, and you know, hopefully you can do some of these in your head, or think of them logically and not always rely on your calculator, because it's quicker to do them in your head. And one way to attack a logarithm problem is, if you see this, what you can think about is, you can think about 3 to what power is 27, okay? And that should be a basic fact for you, but if not, you know, it's something you can hopefully think through, like, well, how many times you have to multiply 3 together to get to 27, and it's to the third power, okay? And then looking at this one here, that is actually this rule here, but you could think about, you know, put a little question mark right here, okay? It's very small, you can hardly even see it. What I have is 4 to what power equals 4 to the 5th, okay? And 4 to the 5th power equals 4 to the 5th. So you can see, if you can insert this little question mark, it sometimes can make the problem quite easy. So if we insert a question mark here, you know, we get 3 to what power equals 3 to the negative half. Well, that's negative half. Okay? And you might want to practice trying these on your calculator to see how they work out. Now here, we have to pull a little thought from a previous module that we know. Another way to write this would be log base 2 of 2 to the 1/2, because the square root is the 1/2 power. And then we have 2 to what, put that little question mark there, and you can hardly see it, but I'll write it out here for you. 2 to what power equals 2 to the 1/2, and it's 1/2. Okay, and then this last one here, you know, 5, that's our base. 5 to what power equals 0? Well, that one's undefined. Some students might think it's going to be 0, but if you look at it, you put 0 in there, 5 to the 0 is 1, so that doesn't work. So hopefully you can work through a few of these, and remember, when you look at things like this, if there's a number here and a number here, this whole thing represents a number. That's weird, okay, to think about that this is a number, but it is. What number is this? It's negative 1/2. You know, what number is this? Okay, it's 5.